Hi, hello, it's Nikki, and welcome to my messy bookshelves. Today I'm here to share what I've been reading, my weekly recap, what I plan on reading next, and probably also my last book haul of 2024 because I did not share that in my 2025 goals video. So we are several days into the new year, and I would like to share that without making a separate video. So before I say another word, I will just point out you will have the dog snoring ambiance in this video because my dog Cookie is snoring very loudly about 1 foot this way, and he has been snoring quite loud. But yes, let's get on to what I have been reading this week. So I have been doing quite a bit of reading, even though I did not quite finish what I'm reading yet, and I will share more in a moment. So the first thing that I started to read was The Sober Diaries by Claire Pooley, and this was recommended by a wellness or a fitness YouTuber that I watch that has been doing a wellness challenge, and I am doing a sort of wellness challenge as well. And this is one of the books that she read while she was doing that. And the idea is to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every day. And so this is what I have been reading based on her recommendation, and I am really enjoying it. It is a funny sort of memoir of a woman who loves wine and is trying to kick the habit. So yes, going into the new year with a wellness challenge, what better thing than that? There's actually another one that I picked up based on that YouTuber's recommendation, and I will probably read that at some point too. But enjoying this one and trying to keep it slow, but I might actually, because I have been reading more than 10 pages a day of this, and yeah, I think we're gonna finish this quite quickly. The next thing that I have been reading is Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell, and I picked this up because this is one of the books that I told myself I would read this year, and I am going to share the books that I want to get to finally this year, and this was one of them. However, when I opened it to read the first few lines, I was hooked. I could not stop. So this book has consumed me all week, and I have been reading this nonstop. I don't think that I've done anything else for entertainment at all this week besides read this book. And yeah, if you have seen other videos of mine, you might know that I have been avoiding this book because though I do love Elizabeth Gaskell, I have been scared of reading this because she died before it was complete. So I am always worried about books that don't have an ending. So I was very worried. But yes, this book has been consuming me. I am very far through it. I can't even tell you what chapter number this is, but I am obsessed. And I predict that this is going to be a 5-star read for sure because I have been loving this book. So this book is about a very charming little English town called Hollingford, and I think it's set in the 1850s, I'm not sure, but it centers around the daughter of a country doctor and the society that she lives in. And Miss Molly Gibson, she is a very sweet and docile character. And she sort of reminded me of Fanny Price from Mansfield Park. However, I adore Molly Gibson, and I cannot stand Fanny Price from Mansfield Park. I don't know what it is. I think Miss Molly Gibson in this book, while she is very sweet and good and always doing the right thing, I think that she has a little more spirit than Fanny Price. I think that's what it is. And I did not mean this to be a comparison between this and Mansfield Park, but I am loving this. And what is this? My 4th book by Elizabeth Gaskell. And I think this might be my favorite. I don't know what it is, just the day-to-day life of their little society, and it is charming, and I am loving the characters. Even the not so nice characters I am liking. So I am obsessed, and I am going to finish this probably in the next day or two. So yes, loving it. And that is what I have been reading. I have been reading only this with a little bit of the Sober Diaries sprinkled in. I am having to stop myself from going on an Elizabeth Gaskell kick because I don't want to read it. Or, you know, I think I have Mary Barton on my shelf, and I am not buying any more books, so we shall see if I find another Elizabeth Gaskell at the library, because I plan on going tomorrow if everything is not closed from this snowstorm that is coming. So moving on to what I plan to read next, and I do think that I am actually going to get to this finally, The Family Upstairs. I've mentioned it before. I think it'll make a nice change from this very slow, calming book that I'm reading here. And this is one that I've been wanting to read for a while. So again, from my shelves, and I am happy to do so. But from what I understand, it's just a family saga, and it is a creepy family saga. So I don't know too much about it, but it sounded like something that I would enjoy. So I don't really know too much about it. The next thing I plan on reading after I finish Wives and Daughters is How to Read Literature Like a Professor. I will probably wait till I finish Sober Diary, so I'm not reading two nonfiction at the same time, but this is one that keeps calling to me. So from what I understand, it is supposed to be pretty funny, and a book on how to read between the lines and read more intelligently the things that you read. So always been looking forward to reading this. I was a little nervous about it because it sounded like it might be dry, but someone was telling me that it's actually pretty entertaining. So I am looking forward to this after I finish Sober Diaries. Now on to the last books that I acquired in the year 2024. And it's not the biggest stack I've ever had, but I mean, it's a few. So the first one is Silk by Arath Prasad, and another very niche nonfiction book. Late in 2024, I picked up Salt and read it by, I think that was by Mark Kurlansky. And this one is about silk, and its impact throughout the millennia, from ancient times until now. So I didn't realize that it played such an impact today, but that's what it says from you know, throughout the millennia. So we will pick that up at some point. You know, I'm always in the mood for a niche nonfiction, you know, sprinkled throughout the year. The next one was one that I picked up because I do occasionally watch Dr. Mindy's podcast or her YouTube channel, and she has been a guest on other wellness YouTube channels that I have watched in the past. So this one is Fast Like a Girl, and it is about eating well and fasting in conjunction with your cycle as a woman. So seems interesting, and I've seen it referenced and heard it referenced many times in various, you know, YouTube podcasts that I listen to. The next one I acquired was Sophie's World by Justine Garter, and I don't know how to properly say that name, but I always pronounce it Justine Garter. And this is one I was so excited to find because I have been looking for a new copy of this. This is a book that I read multiple times as a teenager. I loved this book, and it is about a little girl named Sophie, and she starts getting letters from a mysterious person asking her questions, and through the correspondence that she's having with this anonymous letter writer, she is learning about the history of philosophy. It is so twisty and so interesting, and it is a novel about the history of philosophy, but it is also a mystery as well. So I just loved this book so much, and I could never find a copy at the store. And that last time I went, I think it was the day after Christmas, I came across this and I was like, I have to have it. So I am very excited about that. The next one that I picked up was Ordeal by Innocence, and this is a standalone mystery by Agatha Christie. And one of my little side goals, or my side quest, if you will, for 2025 is to read the standalone mysteries by Agatha Christie that I have not read yet, because I have read quite a few of them. First, I was thinking about reading all of them, and now I've decided to settle on just the ones that I have not read. I have a habit of rereading Agatha Christie, but the ones that I have read already, so I need to read some of the ones that I have not read. And I saw this often when I go to stores. It's the same Agatha Christie books on the shelf, so I was very excited to see this, and I picked it up. So I am not too sure what that one is about. Looking forward to seeing what it is about. And the next one that I picked up is The Bullet That Missed by Richard Osman, and this is the third book in the Thursday Murder Club series, which I have been loving so far for the first two books. So looking forward to getting to this one soon, because it is a series that I am still intrigued by and still interested in. Sometimes with series like this, I will get a little burnt out after, the third or fourth book, but we shall see. Book 3, let's see if it can hold my interest as long as, or let's see if this series can hold my interest as long as some other ones have. Don't know what the plot is about this book, but it is another mystery by our 4 elderly friends who solve mysteries together in their little retirement home. So I love it. I love the characters, and I am looking forward to reading this one as well. The next one is actually one that I received as a Christmas present from my son, and this is A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher, and this is one that I have looked for in the stores before, and it's never in stock, so I was really happy to see this from my son for Christmas. And this one is A Middle Grade by T. Kingfisher. I have read one other middle grade by T. Kingfisher, and I have read other books by T. Kingfisher that I really enjoyed. So looking forward to this one. This one is set in a magical world where people have very powerful magic, and our main character lives, I think, at a bakery, her aunt's bakery, and her magic is baking. So looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. This is actually one I also plan on reading this month, because I've been wanting to read it for a while. So I'm very happy, and thank you to my son if he ever watches these videos for my book. The next one and the last one that I acquired last month is the other one that I mentioned. And this is This Naked Mind, and it is another one about not drinking, sobriety. So makes it sound like I have a problem. But no, this was recommended by that same YouTuber who recommended the Sober Diaries, and it just seemed like a good goal to have for this year, to try to limit that, because it's not helping the fitness goals. But yes, as far as I know, this one was pretty entertaining as well. The person that I was watching, she is not a booktuber, but she read several nonfiction books, and those two were notable in her journey, on her wellness journey. So looking forward to that one as well. But yes, I have been rambling for quite some time. Looking forward to getting to some new books, looking forward to finishing Wives and Daughters, and trying not to go down an Elizabeth Gaskell kick too hard, because I would like to save some for later. But yes, I thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.